Hej, cześć, witajcie, ja jestem Patryk, a to jest kolejny odcinek na moim kanale, tym razem z The Legenda Arceusa, jakoś tak. Kuźwa, przez 40 minut próbowałem dźwięk ustawić, żeby dobrze działał i żebym ja to słyszał, bo wy słyszeliście, a ja nie chciałem grać bez dźwięku. Ale teraz już wszystko ładnie działa, wybieramy sobie postać i lecimy do tego cudownego świata Pokemonów. What is my name? Oczywiście wpisujemy tak jak zawsze wpisuję w grach. O nie, tak. Fatrixej. Dokładnie tak się nazywam. Jest. To jest chyba pierwsza gra Pokemonów, którą nagrywam, ale nie jestem pewien. A world inhabited by the wondrous creatures that humans call Pokemon. Wytrixej. Seek out all Pokemon, and thou shall find me once more. Zakładam, że to ten Arceus cały do nas mówił. I zaczynamy grę. Gdzieś, nie wiem gdzie. Gdzieś w kosmosie. Telefon odleciał. Magia się dzieje. Jest nasz Arceus. Powiedzcie mi proszę w komentarzach, jak z głośnością. Czy mnie dobrze słychać, czy grę dobrze słychać? Bo nie jestem pewien. Niby robiłem testy, ale zawsze wolę się was zapytać, jak to odbieracie. Pokémon Legends Arceus. Ta gra jest inna od reszty gier Pokémon. Chciałem od niej zacząć, bo wydaje się przyjemna naprawdę. Oczywiście inne gry Pokémon też będziemy ogarniać. Wake up! Oh, do wake up, won't you? O, dzień dobry. Are you alive, my boy? Żyje? You gave me quite the shock falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness you seem unharmed. Where am I? Why this is Prelude Beach, of course. Dear me, did you shock off your fall somehow addle your memory? Addle? I must say your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? I doubt it. I see. You seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Might I offer you some directions? Do you have somewhere around here you could stay? No, nowhere. So you don't know anyone here, and you don't even know where to spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you quite sure you'll be able to survive? Somehow, I guess. I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. Kro. Fum. Flish splash. Oh my, I'd completely forgotten. I had just caught up to these 3 runaway Pokemon when you tumbled out of the sky. Tumbled. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear here. Ah, but you don't even know what a Pokemon is. Of course I do. My, that's a relief. Though you fell from the sky, it seems we have some common ground, eh? Yes, well, these 3 Pokemon belong to me, mysterious creatures that they are. Oh yes, and what might be your what might your name be? Oho, so you're called Vitrixaj. Patrixaj. Jak? Sam nie wiem nawet jak się to czyta. Każdy mówi inaczej. Patrix. That name has quite the ring to it. I imagine it. You must have some lovely meaning. Oh, nie umiem mówić, halo. Oh, but I do apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Levanton. I am something of a Pokemon professor. That is to say, I'm a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon such as kliknąłem przypadkowo. Albo one same pobiegły, nie wiem. Oh, Blaston, brother, my darling Pokemon. Why must you run from me again? I am terribly sorry, but do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you. Wait you there, wait. You're free, sorry. No i tak, trzeba pomyśleć jakiego startera wybieramy. Z tych tutaj nam dostępnych. Rowlet, Oshawott czy Cyndaquil. Prawdopodobnie będzie to Cyndaquil, ale nie jestem pewien. Już. No, prawdopodobnie będzie to Cyndaquil. Ale jeszcze nie wiem. Telefon. You found something that resembles a phone. It's probably your phone, but it's changed shape. You feel a strange power emanating from it. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon this Arc phone and thy mission, seek out all Pokemon. Czyli trzeba uzupełnić Dex, krótko mówiąc. I to będziemy oczywiście robić prawdopodobnie na live'ach. O, zatrzymałem się. Yet another miss. Aha, I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. I tried catching my little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best at this sort of thing, you see. I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these three first. Now, that one is Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. Cool. That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it is surprised or irritated. Jakoś tak. The Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Oshawott naps while floating on the water, and it can battle using the shell-like object on its belly. Oh my, I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing, how to go about catching Pokemon. Here you are, my boy. Pokeballs. Throw these at Pokemon to catch them. 50 dostałem. Damn. Ładnie. But that won't do for an explanation, will it? I do apologize. Let me be more thorough. Now, I've mentioned already that Pokemon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is able to shrink itself down to minuscule size. And that's where Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at a Pokemon and why the Pokemon shrinks down and it fits inside the ball comfy as can be. And with that, you've got a Pokemon. I know we've just met, but I'm afraid I've no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my 3 runaways. Now, the proper technique is to take the aim at the Pokemon, then let the ball fly. It's quite simple. Though far be it from me to say so, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skill in this area. Okej. Idziemy złapać bąk. Zapałem. Oh, wonderful, you've caught a Pokemon. It seems you've quite the knack of this Pokemon catching business. Dreadful useful skill to have around here. Only 2 of my darling runaways left now. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. Dobra, cyk. I ostatni... Aha, no tak. Ten jeszcze musi nam coś powiedzieć. I can hardly believe it. Incredible. You know, many people fear to even approach Pokemon, never mind catching them. Bravo, indeed. Just one more to go. Let's wrap this up sharpish, shall we? O, ty tu jesteś. Oj, uciekł. Ah, yes, I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go, old boy. Gdzie on jest? Tu. Wolałem w kamień. Brawo ja. No i brawo. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. You see, the 3 Pokemon we caught have only just arrived at the village to help with our research. They won't listen to anyone. And as I mentioned, they bolted from the village, almost as if they knew you'd come following. But I must say, I was taken aback by how well you use Pokeballs. How it is that you catch Pokemon so ably when you've only just arrived here. One can help but think there's a reason you appeared here, and now... Seek out all Pokemon. That object is an arc phone, you say? What an odd device. Could it be guiding you somehow? If you'll indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. You see, I have a dream to complete this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field call such a catalog a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research containing detailed records of all the Pokemon to be found in a region. But in order to properly document Pokemon, one must of course catch them. And therein lies the rub, I'm afraid. My Pokeballs have only just been invented, and not many have mastered the skills of using them. Enter you, a person with a clear talent for catching Pokemon. Your goal is to seek to out every Pokemon, and mine is to have all those Pokemon caught. A situation ripe for teamwork, don't you agree? Come on now, what do you say? Shall we help one another, my boy? You've convinced me. Dawaj mi Pokédex. Then, whoever and from whatever you might be, I welcome you with my open arms. We have a Pokédex to complete. First things first, let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Then we'll sort out your loggings and find you some proper clothes and a meal and all that. Follow me then. Onward to Joblify village. Jakoś tak. Joblify? Coś takiego. Te wioski. Dziwna burza. Ta burza pewnie będzie miała znaczenie. Tak mi się wydaje. Thank you for your tireless work, keeping us safe, my good guardsman. This young man was of a great assistance to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing him to the village for a bit. Tak, bo to jest przeszłość. To jest prequel do wszystkich gier Pokémon. To są dawne czasy, kiedy, tak jak Lavent powiedział, Pokebole co dopiero zostały wynalezione. This way, if you please. Tędy, proszę. Jubephile Village is come a long way thanks to coś tam. This road we've on now is known to the locals as Kanala, coś tam. The village was built scarcely 2 years... Aha, dobra. I understand you must be more than a tad curious. No przestań tak szybko gadać. Impressive building is Galaxy Hall headquarters of coś tam. Za szybko mówisz, dziadzie. Oh, botheration, I'd almost forgotten. I need to go and report that we successfully recovered an escaped Pokemon. I might ask you to wait for me at the canteen. It's just past this bridge here, then to the left. The wallflower is called. Somehow it seems to show where you need to go next. O. A czy to jest mapa? Dobra. No i takie coś. Arcphone. Tak, czyli to jest mapa, basically. No, trochę do eksploracji mamy, nie powiem. Dobra, idziemy do tej canteen, tutaj. O, tu też mogę. Kanala Bridge. Okej. Okay. To o tym gadał ten. To jest inventory. Siema, mordo. Well now, aren't you awfully suspicious? The wallflowers for Galaxy Team folk only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. Who are you? I've never seen anyone dressed like you are. What if you were attacked by a Pokemon? You'd be minced meat in those flimsy clothes. If the guard lets you through, you must have ties with somebody in the village. Perhaps you've met Professor Laventon. He's a scholar from a faraway place. His Pokemon do not get away from him at times, though it makes me a bit worried for him. I suppose I'm hardly one to talk. I've had some trouble with Pokemon myself. I was hit by a Pokemon move called Thundershock long ago and had to take to my bed. But the professor, well, I do wonder how long he'll last. Unfortunately, it's just as Akari says. I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Professor! To jest Akari się nazywa? But everything will be quite all right now. Fatrix here has agreed to help us with our Pokédex. Akari, like, excuse me, you plan to appoint him to the survey corps? You can't just slap a badge on whoever you like without Captain Celine's permission. I'll allow it. Captain Celine? Assuming the individual can contribute to the survey corps, that is. I am the captain of Galaxy Team's survey corps. You may call me Celine. No te początki w grach Pokémon zawsze są mega długie. Professor Laventon has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped in his control. And now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work for your keep. But we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us without any idea of their skill or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. A most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite alright. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without the distraction. Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Betty, old chum, the usual potato mochi if you please, but make it for free today. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never failed to please. Professor Leviton, where exactly did you meet our visitor here? Ah, well, out of the great hole in the sky, the one people call the space-time rift. Our new friend fell right out of it. You can't be serious. Come on now, I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself only with facts. Now you already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. Those there are in the grass, in the forest, by water, or wherever they like. Our job as the survey crops is to research them and find out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. It's all but impossible to know what kinds of powers they might possess or what sort of wondrous things they can do. But that's where Phatrix will come in. He successfully caught 3 Pokemon. 3 of them in quick order, you understand? Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of a feat such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in the earnest. 3? We have a hard enough time catching even one of when the wild Pokemon come after us. Well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack, but the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball. Well, and it seems our new friend is fearless enough to do that. Does the survey crops really have the leeway to be enjoying such a meal with the outsiders? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, The slow progress on that Pokedex of yours clearly has her on the edge. I'm sure we'll start off to rein the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Now have your fill, Vatrix. And think, if you make it to the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. – 24 minuty. Dalej nie zaczęliśmy grać porządnie. That was quite delicious indeed. Yes, the food was lovely, but more importantly, you do remember that Photrix has a trial to pass to join the survey clubs, don't you? Not to worry, I have complete confidence in Photrix's social skills, chyba. Let's hope it is not misplaced. Photrix, was it? For tonight, at least, we will provide you with a place to sleep. You may use our quarters there. But if you fail to pass the trial we put to you tomorrow, you must move on. You will be expelled from the village to meet your fate, and perhaps your death in the wilds. O kurczę. Kapitan Celine somewhat like Hisui in that they both quite harsh. No, she simply puts on a stern frowns to help keep us all safe. At any rate, I think it's time we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing. One can't fall out of the futons. We sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. And with that, I bid you both a good night. Yes, good night. A rift in the sky, people falling from it. The world is full of mysteries. No cóż. No bywa. Idziemy w takim razie do naszego domu, który jest tutaj, tuż obok. Czy to tylko tymczasowy? Nie wiem. Sleep until morning in the coś tam. Okej. Dobra, tak, wiem, że trzeba zapisywać. Bo to nie ma takiego, jako takiego autosave'a. Some lovely stones. Dobra, rest. Until tomorrow morning. O. Coś się dzieje. Oj. Co to? The next day. Aha, nie dowiemy się co to. No spoko. Good morning, Patricks. Are you up? Quite some lightning last night, wasn't it? Today is the day of your trial, so let's give it our all. Go to Galaxy Team Headquarters to hear coś tam. What a lovely weather we've got. I hope you had a nice sleep, even if this land is strange and new to you. Let's get to headquarters. Captain Celine is waiting. Okej, tutaj to widzę, że w budowie ciągle rusztowania są tutaj zrobione z drewna. The survey crops offices are here on the first floor. Don't give up. Keep those eyes open. The wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacking from all sides. I sent out my partner Pokemon, but against the whole pack, outnumbered. This is what happens when you go so far afield, but the medical corps will put you to rights. That man's with the security corps, and even with his own partner, he took a beating from wild Pokemon. Without a partner Pokemon of your own, you might find this trial particularly trying. Captain Celine, Patrick is here. You may enter. Let us get straight to it. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out in the Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon: Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. Catching 3 Pokemon from the start. No one in the Galaxy team has ever managed that. Did this stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for him, if the professor wasn't exaggerating things, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an ascent to our cause. I will lend you one of our survey crops satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field. That satchel doesn't exactly match your mode of dress, Akari. I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry. Yeah. The Galaxy Team's entry trial. Tak, wiem. Pardon, Patrix. Come with me for a moment. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone. Is something the matter, Professor Lavendon? In order to complete our Pokédex and, well, simply survive in this unforging land, Patrix absolutely must pass this trial. And as a professor of Pokemon, I've got just the ticket to help accomplish that. Raud, Cyndaquil, Oshawott. Go on, Patrix, pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy. With a partner of your own, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. These little darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see they're rather curious about you. Well, my boy, which Pokemon would you like to keep as your very own? Bierzemy Cyndaquila. Do you want Cyndaquil as your first partner? Yes. Bierzemy tego dziwnego mrówkojada, czy czym to tam jest. And with that, one of the Pokemon you caught at Prelude Beach from me will now be yours to keep. Good show. I've tucked Cyndaquil back inside its Pokeball for you, so take it. It's yours. You received Cyndaquil. Yay! A word of advice, my boy. Pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which ones contain a Pokemon when you're out in the field. They look as if they're cheering on their friend Cyndaquil. Or perhaps they're just jealous that it gets to help you without your trial. That could well be. They did go dashing from the village when Patrix fell out of the sky. After all. Well, not to worry, you two. I'll have you assist me with my research for now. For now, czyli będzie można je odebrać też później. By the by, what species has Captain Celine charged you with catching? Well, that's smashing. All 3 of those species can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Let me give you some Pokeballs to use during your trial then. 20. Ja dalej mam tam te 45, które mi zostały, czy niekoniecznie? I guess you're finally ready. You'll have to leave the village for your trial. Turn left after you exit headquarters, then head for the gate. No dobra. Dobra. To by było na tyle, jeżeli chodzi o pierwszy odcinek. Właśnie w drugim odcinku pójdziemy sobie na tą tą próbę wykonać, tam połapać te Pokemony. Z naszym Cyndaquilem się pobawić. No i co? Widzimy się już niedługo. Cześć!